This is Transformers Generations Swerve. The figure is part of the Asia exclusive deluxe class Generations set of figures. If you're in North America, these are, I believe, going to be Toys R Us exclusives. I'm not sure if they're going to be out in Europe. But here in Asia, you can buy them at hobby shops and some retail stores. I think here in Manila, not sure if this thing is going to be released on retail. I picked up this one at a local hobby shop at R Toys, and it's not as easy to get as I thought it would be. But we'll see. I think these figures should be out on retail. Hopefully within this year, 2012. Today is September 26th, 2012, and these guys are supposed to be out this month on retail, but who knows. If you're looking for these figures, you might want to check out your local hobby shops here in Manila, and just pick one with the best price. All right, this is, I think, out of all the 4 figures for the deluxe line of the Asia exclusive Generations, or GDOs, Generations Deluxe Overseas. This is the only legitimate Generations repaint. Wheelie is a Reveal the Shield Jazz repaint. Springer is a Tomahawk, Hunt for the Decepticons Tomahawk repaint. And Cliff Jumper is a Transformers Prime First Edition Cliff Jumper repaint. This is from the Generations Cup, Sergeant Cup mold. I don't have Sergeant Cup with me right now because he's just way back in my shelf, in my Generations shelf, and not really want to get him right now. But anyway, if you have Sergeant Cup, or you've seen Sergeant Cup, and you know that it is exactly the same mold. It even has the same gun. The only difference, apart from the paint apps, is the head. The head sculpt. The head sculpt is entirely new, and not too bad. Looks a little bit small, but I think it's fine, especially for transformation. Some decent enough light piping, not that great. Yeah, barely see it. It is there. It's just the eyes are just way too small. So, yeah, and look at that. That is just too small for any decent light piping. Here you go. So, yeah. So light piping sucks, but paint apps is phenomenal. It's done in white and a candy type of red. It's a very pale type of red, bordering on Perceptor's red. I don't have Perceptor right now. Reveal the Shield Perceptor. I wish they could have used the Universe Sideswipe red, but I guess that wouldn't be as accurate as this one. If you're not aware of it, Swerve was actually a G1 figure. It was a mini-bot. It was a repainted version of the Gears mold. Just Google it. It's a nice mold. I never had it. One of the frustrations as a child, you can't get everything. Growing up as a kid with Transformers, you couldn't get everything. And now I'm not interested in getting G1 stuff, so I never had that. I don't have it to compare with me now. But based on the pictures I've seen on the internet, the colors are almost, spot on. Almost. I say almost because I based on the pictures, the red is a little bit deeper for Swerve. This one is a little bit paler. No idea why Hasbro chose that, but anyway. I like the throwback that they've done with this figure to a G1 character. And as I said, I may not be a fan of the G1 toys, but I'm a big fan of the G1 characters. So I definitely like the paint apps. Hardly any quality issues, hardly any flaws on the paint apps on this one. I didn't have a hard time picking through several of these figures. You just have to watch out for the white paint apps, which sometimes bleed onto the red plastic. But other than that, it's great. Autobot symbol's fine, silver's fine, even the face, the paint on the face is fine, so no worries. Articulation is exactly the same as the Sergeant Cup Generations figure. You can get him in several decent poses. And what's interesting about this figure is it has a triple jointed elbow. Well, upper arm. That's what I meant. It has a swivel bicep, a hinge elbow, and an inner hinge elbow. So it's sort of like a triple hinge, if you think of it that way. And the reason for that is really so he could hold his gun and rifle in a decent enough pose. Come on, something like that. Yeah, it works. So kudos to Hasbro. You know, their deluxe figures back in the day was really nice, and I'm glad they repainted it into a very decent repaint. Again, as I said, I'm starting the cup. I do have my Henkei Hound, very dusty. So he does fit in with the G1 figures, not the G1, the Generations figures, Universe figures, or the I think they call it the Chug figures, Classics, Henkei, Universe, Generations figures. So on your Chug shelf, perfect fit, I think. Albeit, you know, not as accurate as G1 because Swerve was a mini bot, but then again, you know, they made Wheelie Deluxe, so you probably just want to call him somebody else if you're not sold on the idea of Swerve being a deluxe class. So to transform him, it's exactly the same. A little bit tricky on the upper torso, but if you've given this to your kid, you might want to help him or her out the first time he or she does it. Oh, sorry. Official transformation, I think, for the arm panels are like that. I thought it was just stupid. The packaging. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's the packaging. The packaging shows that the panels are inverted. Not sure why they have it that way. If you invert the panels, they hinder arm articulation because they hit the wheel. So I think, based on the instructions at least, it should be this way, but so it doesn't look too corny. Yeah, they look like shields. They don't look as great as I thought they would, but anyway, whatever. Transform him. What do you want to do first? Yeah, go ahead and do that. What you want to do is unfold this part like that. Go ahead and tuck in the head. Come on, right there. It feels like you're gonna break it, but you're not. And these side panels on his chest, they're on springs. You can do that. You open them up so that you can actually rotate this part. So parents, if you're helping your kid out, make sure you point out these nuances about the figure, because you don't want them breaking this thing, especially if you got it at a very hefty price. And then, come on. And the whole idea is to snap in the hood like that. It looks a lot easier. It is a lot easier than it looks. Trust me. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so we'll leave the arms right like that for now. Knee pads are a little bit tricky again. Go ahead and fold it up this way. Fold the feet down. Fold this piece out, then fold the feet back up. Just like that. Fold the leg up. Sorry. Fold the feet inside or upward, and the tailgate up, or the heel spur. Do the same on the other side. Kind of tricky, but it's a cool transformation. I like it. The big feet don't bother me as much now as they did with Sergeant Cup. This is not bad. Yeah. And then just tab it in here. And finally, you might want to just rotate the fists just a teensy quarter turn inward to allow you to fit the arms over the thighs. And you're going to have to tab the arms this way, then tab the panels in that way. Tab this, how do you do this thing? Like that. Tab the wheel. There is a hole there for that particular peg, and just tab it in like that. Make sure it's aligned properly so it'll roll easily. Come on, this thing is just okay. Tab There we go. Oh, there we go. And tab the panels in. And finally the wheel. And there you have Sergeant Cup. There you have Swerve in his pickup truck alt mode. And it rolls fine, I think. As long as you have the wheels properly aligned, it rolls okay. And as you can see, the 5mm pegs, or 3mm, sorry, clips onto the 3mm pegs right there. I like to do it on this side, so he can store his gun, his rifle. So that's cool. Yeah, pretty cool. Yes, I forgot to show. Oh, sorry. Yes, I didn't forget. There is a way to store it underneath. If you don't want the gun showing up like that, you want him to be disguised. Yeah, with a huge Autobot symbol right there. You can actually clip the gun here. This is, as you can see, that's sort of molded to be the exhaust pipe. He's supposed to have 2 exhaust pipes. You go ahead and clip the peg, one of the holes onto that peg right there, and there you go. He's incognito. Robots in disguise. There you go, folks. I hope you've enjoyed this review. It's a great figure. Definitely a wonderful repaint. If you missed out on Sergeant Cup, this is an absolute must-have. It's a great addition to your generation shelf. The paint apps, even on the alt mode, are great. There's not a lot of scratching when I opened this one up. That's largely due to my fault. I kept on fidgeting with that piece, the panel, but everything is just phenomenal about this. The paleness of the red plastic they use is not bothering me as much as it did back then when I saw pictures of this guy, but he's actually pretty cool. So there you go. Great, wonderful. If you like this video, please don't forget to add it to your favorites, share it with your friends, click the thumbs up icon at the bottom. I do post videos on my 2 channels on YouTube, FX France and Chefatron. I do contribute some videos to the Tech Sushi channel. Go check it out as well. I post haul videos in geek.com/FXFrans. Toy purchases and upcoming reviews on twitter.com/FXFrans, and toy sightings at Instagram at FXFrans. There you go, folks. Transformers Generations Deluxe Class Swerve, part of the Asia exclusive GDO series of Generations figures. Toys R Us exclusives if you're in North America. Thanks for watching.